We just opened the meeting.
Okay.
It's September 19th meeting of the Berlin Board of Health being conducted on Zoom. Anybody who wishes to participate will be given that opportunity. The meeting is being recorded so that people can revisit it at their convenience. And we will continue and start with Sue. I think you had something. Yes, no?
Yes, I wanted to bring up the fact that April 1st, and I'm pretty sure we have to do something before then, our animal inspector is resigning her position. It'll be the last day of March. So we have to start thinking about her replacement.
Ah,
I thought she was already replaced, Sue. No? Am I wrong? Or,
No, you
okay.
have the dog officer, but that's
Oh.
different than the animal
Oh.
inspector.
Inspector, which are two different things, right?
Yeah.
yes,
I
they
think-
are. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So-
you're
And
correct.
when the animal inspector has been under the Board of Health since before I joined. So I don't know what the whole process is or what you guys use for finding her.
She came
But-
with the job. She was here.
No, I believe she was appointed.
Yeah, she was, but she's been around. Helen's been around for many years.
We're not talking about Helen. We're talking about Sue Bridges,
Oh, exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right.
and we need to replace her or give the job away, one or the other.
Yeah.
So I
Now-
thought I'd start bringing it up now, and it may be on every agenda from now on. Because we
Okay.
do love to ignore the stuff that's just,
Yeah.
in our way.
Now, what's the difference between animal inspector and animal control officer?
Well, an animal control officer, or the old term was dog officer,
Yeah,
is responsible for dealing with people who have, their dogs are causing nuisances and whatever. An
okay,
animal inspector is a position appointed by the state, and she has to go out and look at every farm, look at their animals, making sure they're in an appropriate environment, and she counts them and reports that to the state.
huh. Okay,
Oh, you all right?
That's correct. Yes. It's about animal counting.
It's
Huh.
about animal counting.
Mary?
is there a way that they could combine the position? To like for the one person do it all, or is that, I don't know, I'm just spitballing.
I don't know, but I also know the animal inspector takes calls for people who believe they have a rabid raccoon in their yard.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
she's supposed to euthanize it and then cut off its head and
Oh,
send it out for testing.
that's crazy. Okay, did he turn his camera on? Is that what the issue is?
We can see her. It's-
Yeah, but-
It's a little blurry, Mary. Yeah. Hit the
Yeah.
floor.
I don't know. Yeah, so do you advertise or can you contact the
Well, the last time,
state, or-
apparently from what I heard, the Board of Health appointed Sue Roach.
Yep,
I believe it was a board member that knew Sue and offered her the position. She accepted, and then
Hmm.
we've just been renewing it each year.
And I
Okay.
believe prior to her, it was Fred Cummings.
Bill's here.
Yep.
Okay,
No, my
Um,
computer's just acting up.
Okay, well, I can hear him still. Sure.
My system doesn't like Zoom tonight.
hmm.
So as long as you have audio,
We
you might be
well,
able to see us, but
Mm.
Have at it.
It says we have 5 participants, and is Billy
Yeah.
on yet?
Yeah, apparently Bill's here, but I can't, oh, maybe he's here. There we go.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
well, wow, this system is all over the place tonight. Sorry.
Okay.
As long as you can hear me.
We can
Yeah.
hear you and see you.
We can see you,
Okay.
Paul.
Bill, are you here?
He's muted still.
Yes.
Oh, there he is. Okay. There he is.
Well, Paul, we're just gonna tell you, we're all in stages of undress. You,
Excellent. Wow.
you can't see us, but that's okay.
That's enough to make me
We're
go to
recording.
sleep, or I'm not sure what.
We got Billy to smile, so that's a good thing.
All right,
Oh.
by the agenda,
Bye. No. Not
the
too bad.
first thing on the agenda is 3 Gates Pond Road. And Bill and I were there this afternoon with fire chief, building inspector, wiring inspector, and, well, there's not a lot of news to report other than that apparently nobody is currently living there. However, they still have a long way to go to sort out what they are going to do legally. Any comment to add to that, Bill?
Well, yes, again, electrical inspector and fire department would have to be satisfied to satisfy us. Our code kind of throws those specialties to them because they're the professionals in that area. So, based on hearing everybody today, not much progress is being made considering we were there last December.
Yeah, right.
But again, the key is no one living there. That's
But I see 2 cars there every time I drive by.
well. We'll see what Rich thinks when he speaks to town council and Kristen. I don't know if we'll be part of that, but it's questionable. Fridges were empty for the most part. I don't know.
There were a lot of electrical issues that the wiring inspector saw today. There's a lot of back and forth between the owners, I'll call him electrician, and our wiring inspector. A lot of finger pointing and not much resolved there. It's really in the owner's ballpark to take progressive action there, I think. But bottom line is we didn't see anybody living there, so that's currently not a violation.
Okay.
Right. Our letter and the court's order indicates, once those units are empty, they must remain empty until reinspection indicates all violations have been corrected and occupancy is allowed, or reoccupancy is allowed, which obviously hasn't happened.
No, there's been no update of size of electric service or anything in the past year, which was required.
Yep.
And the ownership has not gotten back to our wiring inspector with the electrical demand on the building, so he's just in a position where, well, you can't do anything here. I need that information. So, yeah, so it's just a difficult situation, and
Stalemate.
well, it's a stalemate if he wants to keep the building empty.
Exactly.
Other than that, nothing else there. 14 Collins Road.
Paul, I'll have a letter for you to sign. Again, that was just acknowledging the removal of the garbage grinder, and the Title V is now complete.
Okay.
I'll
Is the
text you when
letter up
that's-
there, Bill, or not yet?
What's that?
Is the letter there to be signed?
Nope,
or-
I'll text you when it's there.
Okay, thank you. All right. Animal inspector replacement.
I'm looking for candidate names. Know anybody that wouldn't mind $2,000 a year to go out and count animals?
Might want to talk to the agriculture department or committee. They might have somebody in mind.
Could fit in with your drive arounds, Bobby.
I do more than that, Paul.
I know, but we see you on the road.
It's dealing,
You
I
might.
do it, but it's dealing
One
with,
thought would go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I'd do it, but it's dealing with the dead animals that wouldn't work for me. I don't
Just,
like
just as a
dead mouse.
just as a suggestion, reach out to Balance Rock folks.
Yeah, we lost Buddy, but we had him.
Oh, I
once.
know Buddy's gone, but
Yeah.
there's Sean. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Maybe they have some ideas because they're
Exactly.
in the animal business.
Yeah,
Just trying to connect the dots here, folks.
no, that's fine. Like I say, Kyle Woodrick, anybody on the agricultural, they're all on it. They might have an idea,
Yep, that's a good idea too. We can start there,
Yep.
but it's staying on the agenda until we have a name.
Yes. Understood.
Because it's gonna be March 31st before we know it.
Yeah.
So that was the only reason I put that on.
Okay.
No, that's good, Sue. Thank you.
It needs to be dealt with. Permits, 124 Pleasant Street, a D box.
Yeah, that's a simple D-box replacement, not part of a Title V. It's just something the owner noticed. And work will be done by Paul Wheeler.
Okay, 2BD, okay, Wheeler. All right, moving to Title V inspection reports. 7076 Dudley.
Yeah, so these are all the duplexes on Dudley Road before you get up to the Green Acres. So they're on that 3-year rotation. I think we had one report last meeting, and these additional 4 came in, and they're all passes.
Okay,
Actually, we got 5.
5?
Yeah, because at 114, 116, and then 121, 123.
That's one report because they're on different
Oh,
sides
that's
of the
one.
street. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why they're odd and even. Yep.
That counts as one. Okay,
Oh, no
sorry.
kidding. Yep.
and they all pass, excellent,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Wow, that kind of makes the
Short meeting.
agenda disappear. In miscellaneous, there was also an inspection today of Boylston Elementary, Tohoto Regional, and Berlin Memorial. And I guess it was precipitated by the fact that there was a fire at Berlin Memorial in an outbuilding that has
Don't scratch.
controls for fire suppression or whatever. And there was a fire, I don't know, within the last week or two. So currently, insurance is covering the cost of a fire detail at Berlin Memorial when the school is in session until appropriate repairs can be made. And I think that had something to do with prompting an inspection of the different schools in the district, to get an overview on their condition. And there's some chatter about, well, Boylston Elementary and Berlin Elementary should be leveled and rebuilt, and there's just a lot of chatter about that. And I think this is just the first chapter in terms of looking at that, because as far as I know, Berlin Memorial was built in 2020, I believe. So 23
Oh.
years, 23 years isn't a long time for a school
No,
building.
it's not.
No doubt updates could and should be made, but those have to be analyzed to what they are and compared to the cost of a new building. But that's kind of out of our bailiwick. It's more a point of information about things that are going on in the community.
Okay, what building was the fire in again, Paul?
Berlin Memorial School.
It was in the actual school?
No, it was an
Okay.
outbuilding,
Outbuilding, okay.
and I'm gonna call it a pump, and I
Yeah.
maybe misrepresenting that.
It's a pump building.
Burnt out, and it also it's connected via conduit to the main boiler room, and some damage occurred there as well. Nothing overtly apparent, but it's something that's needed. And so that has to be replaced, and until that situation is corrected, the fire department is putting a detail down there every day during school hours. And as I said, at least to my knowledge, town insurance is covering that. Also, brief update on 52 Dudley, which we talked about last week. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but Evan was able to redesign the system and actually pull it, first of all, reducing it from 5 bedrooms to 4. Because, the owners just said, well, we might as well go for 5. Wow. So now it's back to 4, and he's actually, with the design, able to pull the leach field a little further away from the wetlands. And I did see Carolyn from Concom, and because they have a hearing now on that, and I told her that what had happened, and I said it should be basically a no-brainer for Concom, because the system's being pulled further away, so the Board of Health really has no more issue in terms of referring it to Concom.
And Billy, was that with a 4 or a 5? They pulled it away.
What the board asked was to see if they could maintain at least the distance that the existing system is from the wetland, which I think it was a little closer. So by redesigning with a 4-bedroom, obviously the system got smaller, and they're able to actually pull it further away from the wetlands than the existing system. So I think they've done beyond what the board has asked. They will see Concom, and then they will see the board at that meeting in October.
That's
Okay.
good. Do we have to vote on that? We're all set.
No.
Well, we gotta
Not until that
wait for
meeting.
Concom. Yeah.
Concom has to deal with it first. They'll kick it back to us.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Are we all set on permits, Billy, with everybody? I saw those permits going through for the mall and down, everything's set with those pretty much, or?
What,
know
the events?
Yeah, the events, yes.
Bridget's on that.
Oh, good.
The-
That's out of your bailiwick, thank you.
Yeah, I
That's all
mean,
I
if
got.
someone's proposing portable toilets, we make sure they're by a licensed vendor, but, that other, events, go through, Selectmen, Bridget for food service, things like that.
Yeah, it's not us, thanks. Yep, terrific.
Okay, as this is relative to the board and not Bill, I think you've probably seen emails relative to trash collection relative to the center of town and things like that Hudson Disposal used to take care of. They're no longer doing that, and there's a discussion whether to discontinue, try and find another vendor or whatever. And Bobby, what I'd like you to do is talk to Fred Cummings and find out the parameters. You know, is it just the one barrel in the center, or are there a couple locations that need to be serviced? And if so, reach out to, I don't know, the haulers in town, Mr. Trashman,
Yeah.
McHugh. You can talk to them, but I don't think that's gonna go anywhere, but it's worth the phone call.
Right.
And if there are any others, I mean, Harvey, I doubt it because they're pretty containerized, but reach out to them and talk to Fred about what's possible there, because we may be pulling, or the town may be pulling the barrel for miscellaneous trash in the center. And you know, somebody suggested that maybe First Parish and the general store split it. I don't see that personally as a particularly workable situation, but maybe it is. But Kristen would like the Board of Health to kind of weigh in on that in terms of what's possible, if anything, and maybe we may be at a dead end there. So, I mean, won't take much to talk to Fred and find out what the town's needs are, and then go from there.
It used
Do
to
we
be-
know who does the recreation, Paul? Is that us too, or is that the same vendor? Or we don't know. We should find that out.
Don't know, Bobby. Don't know.
All right.
I think
They
Fred's
have
been
some.
doing that.
What's that?
I
Donna?
think Fred's been doing that, but it's like one of the emails, but that's the only department they do, and there's a little bit of, should we? So,
Right.
so, yeah,
A lot is asked of highway, and
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, we may be talking nickel dime stuff, but
Yeah.
when you're trying to run a highway department, it's becomes problematic. So if we can help find some suitable answers, you know, that would be beneficial to the town.
Okay.
When Phil used to do it, we would charge for the center barrel in the center of town, and recreation paid for their barrel for years.
Their barrel at the town commons?
Not at the town commons, at the recreational field.
Yeah, well, I call that the town commons, sorry, just
South Commons, Paul.
South Commons, all right, yeah.
Yeah, they would pay for that,
Okay.
and they were always late.
Who
Um,
pays for the portal? Oh, the recreation pays for the portal that's down there, correct?
I don't know about the portable toilets.
I would guess so, but I don't know that.
I only saw the bill, because I generated the bill for Matthew Trucking and for
Oh.
Phil.
Oh, right.
and-
Yeah.
And then the one in the center of town, like by the general store, that would go directly to the select board office.
Okay,
Oh, all right. Yeah.
so you
That's
might
good to
want to
know.
touch base, Bobby, you might want to touch bases with Kristen to make sure, or June, to make sure
Yeah.
how that has been working.
Right. All right. Sounds
That'd be
good.
great.
Uh,
Do we have any guests or visitors online?
Ooh, I have one. I have Wayne Textera.
Wayne?
Gates
Okay.
Farm Road.
That's what it says.
Well,
oh, here he comes. All right.
You have to unmute Wayne.
we can engage him at this point unless somebody has other things to discuss.
Sorry, folks.
Walter.
I came in
Yep.
here by accident. I'm trying to get into my own meeting. I must have clicked on the wrong one.
Hi, Wayne.
You got us all excited.
Sorry to excite you all.
Wayne, come on, man.
No, it's nice to see you all.
All right, good to hear from you.
But yeah, so things are well in your world.
Oh, there he is. Hi, how you doing, Wayne?
They're healthy. They're healthy.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I know. CPAC is meeting tonight, so I must have. You guys have right above it or something. I must have grabbed the wrong one. I thought I was in the right place. So.
No problems.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
I'm gonna go. Take care, you guys.
All right,
Bye.
you as well.
Bye.
All right, any other issues by anybody on the board or anybody listening?
Paul, maybe we'll mention the 4 Woodward Ave Thursday morning.
Oh, yes, thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
The Bullet House, Thursday at 9, Dan Wolf from Ross and Paul Wheeler are gonna do some exploratory digging to see what may be possible or impossible relative to tanks and upgrading that situation. So that's just something that will be happening that will hopefully shed some light and direction on that project.
Very good.
And other than that, I have nothing.
Well, I'm just looking to, don't we have that lady, Lisa, somebody?
Well, 7:30, she's got 2 minutes.
Oh,
So, was Lisa Mayer? I thought I saw her.
That's
Yeah.
correct. That's correct. She wanted to talk to the board about, I guess, masking policies. And I emailed her saying that 7:30 would be a good time. So we can hang on for a couple minutes and talk about miscellaneous Board of Health things.
Yeah.
Bill,
How,
anything you got coming up? One of the things when Bill and I were at Three Gates Pond Road, originally the gas station immediately after that on the left, they were talking about a major redo and expansion.
Again?
And it appears that they've downsized their project, and I know it's apparent they're just doing a facelift. And Bill told me that they weren't able to acquire an adjacent parcel of land which they had wanted, and
Yeah.
so that whole project has become something else in terms of size.
The Murphy land. Okay. How's the T-shirt issue coming, you guys?
oh, they're in.
The new ones
Yeah.
came in.
They were
Very
in
good.
Able to fix
Monday.
The original one somehow.
I don't know what he did, but he fixed that circle, so I don't know what he did. But
What do you
they're
do? Take the old ones back and fix them?
there. I think so.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
If
They
it's the
look
same
okay.
guy, he's done them for the highway for 20
Yeah.
years, so he might have taken care of us, maybe.
Yeah, he may have
Yeah.
taken highway off and just put transfer station, but it looks all right. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I texted somebody about it Monday. I don't even remember who.
Great.
You texted Stan and me,
Okay. Okay. All right.
but
And
they're
how are things going at the transfer?
They're going well. Amy,
Very-
our new employee, is doing well. Stan's happy with her.
Terrific.
Eddie is still currently focusing on bottles and cans.
Yeah, we got a check for that too.
Yep, yep.
That was good.
Very good.
And I've contacted a company in Hudson relative to some signs and banners. We want to get some clearer messaging out. I've talked to Kevin Pond. He's willing to help redo our signs on recyclables in terms of what's acceptable and what isn't. We want to
Yep.
upgrade it and make it look a little more permanent and a little more official. So we'll be doing that in the near future. And the general feedback I get from the public is they're pleased with the way things are going. Fresh Start has come and picked up a few pieces of furniture and a bunch of housewares.
Terrific.
They're looking to get on a schedule which may or may not work on our end because of the way things come in, but by the same token, we haven't put anything out there on the internet, which is a piece I'm working on to try and get our residents more aware of our relationship with Fresh Start, and they can get rid of quality used furniture without a disposal fee, and that it'll go to a good home. So there's still work to be done there, but I think we're tracking in the right direction. A little bit slower than I'd like, but it is what it is.
If the public wants to, Paul, what do they bring it to Hudson to the facility? Is
They
that the
can
idea?
bring it to Hudson, but in talking to our take it or leave it volunteers, a lot of people don't want to make that drive.
That's great.
That's
A couple miles.
yes.
I
Seriously.
get it. And,
Yeah.
you know,
That's silly.
any individual, I mean, their schedule is their schedule, so you know, it is what it is. So if we make it apparent that we can handle some of that, however, we have to curate it and look at the quality, and we can accept it, and Fresh Start will take it. Still have to deal with things that are of questionable issue, whether we charge people even a nominal fee, you know, $10 to get rid of a table just in case it's not up to Fresh Start quality. There's a difficult area there to define and make clear to people, because you get 10 people and you show all 10 people the same thing, and you're probably going to get at least 7 different opinions. So
Correct.
just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Well,
You got
Right.
anything big coming up, Billy?
No. Nope.
Good. That's a good thing.
No new developments or anything. Wow.
Yes, quiet, Paul.
Not that I'm aware of.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hmm.
Well, I have 7:34.
Mm.
I'm willing to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Okay.
I will second it.
All right. All in favor? I'll start. Aye.
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 All right. The meeting is adjourned, and we thank you all.